Okay, here we go. Good morning, everyone. How are y'all doing this morning? Hopefully everyone is doing good. Hey, Duana, how are you doing this morning? Good morning, good morning, good morning. As promised, sorry you guys, I'm still trying to get ready for work too. But as promised, I am going to come on here and do a scope this morning. And I'll give you guys the background of why I'm doing the scope. And then I will give you guys a few things as well. Hold on one moment, please. Okay. Hey, sis. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Good morning to everybody else that's on. Good morning to all of my replay viewers. Hopefully everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. Hopefully everybody's Wednesday got started off right, got started off great. Hopefully it continues to be that way. For those who do not know me, or for those that are joining me for the first time, my name is Kay King. Good morning, Smooth Brother. I am founder of POW Network, which is the Power Woman Network. I actually empower and encourage women to walk their lives out with Christ. To put it simply, of course, to connect with me, you can always email me at thepowerofgodlywomen@gmail.com. So the reason why I wanted to do this scope is because I had a conversation with a girlfriend last night. And just a disclaimer, if you are the guy that actually talked to my friend and wanted to relay this message to me, this is how I came up with this scope. So it's not bashing you or anything like that if you do happen to be on the scope this morning. Okay. Good morning. So I talked to one of my girlfriends last night, and she was just saying how a guy had reached out to her in regards to a scope that I had did earlier in the week. It was basically, just saying some nice things. And he wanted to good morning, Brother Jesse. He wanted to actually be friends with me on Facebook. Now, I will give a disclaimer. Usually, if you are a guy requesting me on Facebook and I don't know you, I'm sorry, but your request is going to sit there. So, if you do want to actually be my friend on Facebook and you're a guy, you might want to send me a message and I'll see. But I don't usually just accept guys as my friend on Facebook, and I just have my reasons for that. But anyway, So he told her that he requested to be my friend on Facebook. He started looking at some of my pictures, and he stated that some of my pictures could actually bring. Oh, good. I'm glad. He said that some of my pictures on my Facebook could actually cause a man to fall into lust. Well, I immediately started laughing because that's just who I am. And I explained to her, I said, well, I'm not quite sure what pictures he may have seen. I said, depending on how far back he's gone. I said, because I have pictures on there from day one of me being on Facebook. So Lord knows, what pictures they may be. I said, but I have my reasons for not taking those pictures down. And the reason why I do not take any of my pictures down, and that's on any of my social networks, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, or anything. I don't take my pictures down because that is the life I used to live. That is the past. And because I'm actually called to women, I don't want to get in front of women and try to pretend that I just all of a sudden woke up and I became a Christian and I've been running hard for Jesus since, because that's just not the case. I made a lot of mistakes in my past. I did some things in my past that I may not be exactly proud of, but I know that I'm not who I was in my past. And I know that if I were to take those pictures down, or if I were to try to act like I'm something that I'm not, then a lot of people would look at me and say, you know what, she has it all together, she has it going on, and here I am, I'm a mess. How can I even come to Christ like that? So that's the reason why I don't take down old posts. That's the reason why I don't take down old pictures. I'm not trying to be a public figure. That's not who I am. That's not who I set out on this journey to be. I know what God called me to, and if he decides to give me a platform, then great. But if he doesn't, I'm not going to go out here and proclaim myself to be a public figure. So therefore, I don't feel the need that I would need to remove anything of my past. And if it does, cause a man to fall into lust, I don't really feel like that's anything that I'm doing. I do feel as though that may be something that you're actually dealing with. And maybe you do need to pull yourself back from, certain things. But like I said, there are things in my past that I will tell women every day. I'm a woman. I've had 5 abortions. I have an 8-year-old daughter. There are some pictures that I posted up in my earlier days on Twitter of me half dressed or maybe not dressed at all. Like I'm not ashamed of my past and where I came from. But and another thing is, if you cannot talk about your past and the things that you used to do in your past, then you're not over your past, and you need to actually go back to God and ask Him to help you deal with your past and help you to ask, for forgiveness, and then learn how to forgive yourself. See, I've forgiven myself for everything that I've done in my past, and you know how I was able to do that? Exactly. He was looking at you through lustful eyes. Exactly. And that's what I say. I'm not doing anything, but if that is how your, eyes are already, then it's nothing that I can do about that. But I want to let you guys know today that, if you are a woman and, you are, living in sin, and we all live in sin. I'm a Christian and I still live in sin. I'm not perfect. The only perfect person was Jesus. I'm never going to be able to obtain, what He obtained. I'm never going to be able to be perfect. I don't go out here, sinning purposely. So that's the thing about a Christian. We don't go out and we and sin purposely. But are we without sin? No. Nobody is without sin. And I don't ever want to get in front of a bunch of women and tell them, hey, what you're doing is wrong. Hey, you need to cut that out, because I was there. I want to be able to tell them, you know what? I know exactly what you're going through. I've been in an abusive relationship. I've been in a relationship where a man was cheating on me. I've been there. I want to be able to say that to the women that I'm called to, so that they would be able to know, hey, if she's been through all of that and she is still able to turn to Christ and live her life for Christ, I can do that too. And that's my message. That's the message. If you get anything from me, that's what I want you to learn. I want you to know that no matter what you did in your past, no matter, how you feel about yourself, God feels another way about you. God loves you. He made you to be fearfully and wonderfully made. He made you to be able to be great. He made you to be able to walk in purpose. He already knew every single mistake that we were going to make before we even were born. He already knew it. He already had a purpose and a plan, for our lives, even before we were born. He already knew it. Exactly. The struggle is over. We don't have to go through those things anymore. But if you are going through those things, you can still come to Christ. There's still time for you to turn to Christ. He still loves you, even in all of your mess. Even in all of your mistakes that you have made, all of that mess and those mistakes are actually something that's going to help you in your future. It's going to be able to help you with the purpose that He has for your life. So I never want people to look at me and to think that I'm trying to be a public figure, because I'm not. I'm just out here trying to do what Christ called me to do. I'm just out here trying to, talk to women. I'm just out here trying to encourage and empower women to be who God has called them to be. That's the only thing that I'm out here doing. So don't put me on a platform, don't look at me as a public figure just because, I may stand in front of people sometimes. That's not who I am, and that's not who I am trying to be. Exactly. A witness for Jesus. And that's what He's called every one of us to do. We're all His disciples. We all have the ability to go out and witness to Christ. But if you have never gone through anything, or you are ashamed of your past, you are not going to be able to witness to anyone. No one wants to speak to someone who thinks that they have a squeaky clean past. No one wants to speak to someone who thinks that they are holier than thou, because that is not the case. We are all human. We are all human. I want everyone to know that. So no matter what you've been through, no matter, what you're going through right now, there's time for you to change. We are all walking this walk, and we're going to walk this walk together. So if you need help, and walking the walk, if you need any type of accountability, that's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? I would much rather be someone's accountability partner than to be a public figure. I would rather walk with you through Christ on a one-on-one than for me to stand in front of or stand on a platform, because that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm asking God for. I'm not asking God for a platform or to put me in a public figure, persona. That's not me. That's not what I get up and want to do every morning. Like I said, if God calls me to that, then great. But until He does, only thing I want to do is be able to come on Periscope, do my videos to empower and encourage people to walk with Christ. Go on my Facebook page, and encourage and empower people to walk with Christ. That's the only thing that I'm out here doing. So if you want to hold people to their past, if you want to hold people to what they did in the past, then that is a problem with you and not a problem with that person, because a lot of people, you're going to go and you're going to look in that past for them, and they're not going to be there because they've moved on from their past. And so I would say to anyone who, feels a certain type of way about Christians in their past, that you need to actually look at yourself. Look at yourself. Do not judge someone else because of what they've been through. Do not judge anybody, period. Because like I said, we're all not perfect. We're all, sinners. And so that's the message that I wanted to get out to everyone today. I'm not ashamed of my past. Like I said, I'm a woman. For those who do not hear it, I'm a woman who has had 5 abortions. I'm a woman who used to sleep around. I'm a woman who, did things on social media. Like I said, I was half naked or even naked on social media. And that was back in the day when I used to want attention. However, God has given me a new type of attention now. And I know Tora Sense, she's someone that I follow and I connected with through Periscope. Periscope is a great platform for you to be able to connect divinely to a lot of people, and I have actually been doing that on my Periscope. But she did a scope one time and she was talking about currency and how a lot of us our currency is attention, and she called it attention currency, and that's exactly who I was. I used to want to get paid in attention. That's who I was. That's not who I am today. And like I said, I'm never going to be ashamed of my past. I'm never going to be ashamed to talk about my past, and I'm never going to be ashamed to allow people to see my past. And I encourage you guys to do that today as well. Learn how to forgive yourself for things that you've done in your past. Ask God to forgive you. He already has. But if you need to hear it for yourself, then ask God to forgive you, for the things that you've done in your past. Don't look at people, exactly. The past is the past. Do not look at people, where they are today and think that they haven't, done anything in their past. We're not perfect. Like I said, I did not get up one morning and decide to be a Christian and then all of a sudden my life became squeaky clean. That's not the case. Like I said, my past, on my social medias are still there. If you want to look it up on, Facebook, by all means do it. If you want to see where I came from, please do. You want to reach out to me and talk to me personally, please do. But like I said, I'm not here to try to be a public figure. I'm just here to try to witness to people and try to encourage and empower people to walk their lives with Christ, because I know that if you walk your lives with Christ, that there are some tremendous things that are waiting for you in your future. So do not be bound to your past. Do not allow other people to bound you to your past as well. So hopefully you guys got something, out of this message. I bless you guys with a wonderful day. I love you guys. And as always, I tell you, God loves you. There's nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing that you can do to deserve his love. He gives it to you freely. All you have to do is accept it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I love you guys. And if you feel as though that this, that this message can resonate with other people, go ahead and share and invite your followers. Share it on all of your social media pages. Like I said, if you do want to connect and talk to me about anything, I'm always available. Like I said, I'd rather be an accountability partner than to be a public figure. But you can reach me at thepowerofgodlywomen@gmail.com. And of course, that is also in my bio. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening.